Hi guys, I'm Fitbeast. Hi, Jasmine, and I invite you to follow me on Instagram and also on OnlyFans for some sexy content and muscle worship with my booty. I also have a FineWise page that you can see me doing training and any kind of videos. So I wish to have fun with you guys. I also do some Skype session while we are in quarantine, so go ahead.
Right now, I'd like to welcome to Muscle Sport TV MSM family member Dustin Willmann. What's up, Dustin? How's it going, buddy?
Hey, Joe. How are you? Thanks again for letting me on. And hi, Muscle Sport family. Good to talk to some of you guys today.
It's a pleasure to have you on. You're looking lean, man. You look big, but like nice, you know, in a good way, lean, not in a bad way.
I'm like, dude, I'm like a mixture of powerlifter and bodybuilder look. Like my arms and stuff are more bodybuilder, but my guts obviously powerlifter.
That's not as
so
bad as make it sound.
I'm a little blend of power builder, whatever you
power
call me.
builder.
So
all right,
I'm not
that's
as
cool.
lean. Yeah.
All right, cool. And so you're a power lifter. You do strongman stuff like that. You're a fucking monster in terms of actual size. To tell them your height and weight.
I'm 6'2", sitting anywhere between 320, 325.
Big fucking boy right here. And obviously, you've been training a long time. Some of the things that you do, what are some of your lifts that are you into anything different than the main 3 or 4 power moves? Or do you like?
Not really. I kind of stick to them. I mean, I like to do every, your bodybuilder workout, but no, I like to stick with just the bench, deadlift, and squat. Classic.
And the rack
I don't
pulls?
do any power cleans or nothing.
No.
Oh yeah, rack pulls.
Rack
Yeah,
pulls.
I like rack pulls and all that. But when it comes to like Olympic weightlifting, that's just not anything I've ever been interested in.
I hear you.
But I respect it.
Yeah. No, it's different. Those Olympic moves are very different from like the regular powerlifting type of meat moves and stuff like that.
I'm like your 1990s bodybuilder powerlifter stuck in 2020. So
yeah,
that's what I describe myself as.
Hey, Johnny Johnson made a long career out of it, and he even was coming back this year, for powerlifting and bodybuilding. Strongest bodybuilder, they always called him, because he was. Some of his. If he stayed with powerlifting, you never would know. Like how he could have. We don't know. He could have broke records for all we know.
Who's that one guy? Stan Efferding. I think he's calling himself.
Yeah, he's strong as a fuck too.
I met him a couple times. Yeah.
And he's in fucking great shape too. He's not just big.
Oh, he is. Yeah,
he's ripped too. Yeah, so it's pretty impressive.
I hope when I'm his age, I look half that.
The so Rhino.
We'll see.
His nickname.
Yeah, the Rhino. Yeah, I went up to him at the last Arnold and Olympian. I'm like, you're my second dad.
But that picture that you had, and I called it the Little Rammy. You were next to Big
Rammy.
Yeah. And listen,
that made me feel good, man. Like,
it's the truth though, because I've seen Rammy in person covering shows, and he's a fucking big guy. There's no taking it away.
Yeah, huge. Yeah.
And he was big that day too. It wasn't like you caught him on a bad day. Yeah. He was himself.
Yeah, he was like probably about 315, 320.
Oh, he was fucking humongous. But you really dwarfed.
Yeah, that made me feel good. Yeah. That. It's been my lifelong for now, for 12 years now. I said I wouldn't meet Rich Piana until I was big, and then he dies whenever I finally start to get to the size I want to be. Like, I wish I would have met him now to see the comparison. But, yeah, man, I've always – WWE was a big thing to me, so watching Goldberg and The Rock and all that growing up, I liked all those jacked up guys. And it's like that's what drove me to do this. Like, I don't recommend being my height and weight to do this stuff, but I'm just obsessed with it that I don't care.
Yeah.
So.
And what's a typical? I mean, let's not even get to the hibernation stuff that's going on. Let's get back to when things were back to normal. Before all of this fucking stupid shit. What does a normal day look like you as far as nutrition wise?
Oh man, so my nutrition is kind of eating everything in sight right now. a lot of brown rice and bison and beef, and I'm big into Italian foods, and so any kind of pasta and a lot of carbs, man. I'm not going to sit here and say I eat healthy. Maybe 2 out of my 6 meals are healthy. The rest are just a lot of carbs. I don't go to McDonald's, but like today I cooked up a cup of brown rice and half a pound of bison and some vegetables and threw it in there. So it's just a lot of food.
Yeah.
I do about 6,000 or 7,000 calories a day. It's
pretty big. How many meals do you split that up into?
6 or 7, depending on the day.
Yeah.
On a normal day, yeah. Now that we're in this crazy stuff, we're different, but 6 or 7.
Yeah, this is kind of throwing a monkey wrench into everybody's world, regardless if it's...
all I can do is bands. All I can do is bands right now, and I mean, it's keeping the muscle, and luckily I'm still taking my test and everything. But dude, I'm getting depressed.
Yeah, I was gonna say like a guy like me, I have a little one of those old Weeder all-in-one machines, a cable kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I could get by with it. I mean, listen, it's not great, but it's not the end of the world either, because I don't go fucking big boy weight anyway. But a guy like yourself, how do you emulate how do you do something that would be a 315 fucking squat?
It sucks, man. So I had to do some research on the bands because I never really did much on bands, and I'm taking like 3 and 4 bands and tying them up and trying to get my resistance up. I'm at the point though to where I'm just gonna pick my girlfrild up and just start squatting.
Squat a person.
I don't know what else to do.
You got a Rottweiler or something? Maybe you have a big dog. You can.
No, but just cats, man. No big dogs.
That's not gonna work.
Yeah, I know. So I guess in a way it's taught me that, to be diverse and try something different while we're doing this. But that sucks, to be honest with you. It sucks. But, I'm not going to lie. The resistant bands actually are a pretty good workout. I have a video coming out on my YouTube channel, which is such a small thing. Honest with you, man, I don't know how to grow the YouTube. I'm going to have to take some advice from you. But I got a video coming out in the next 2 days that shows me training a client on resistance bands and how you can actually put some weight on. So.
But that's stuff
so it's something.
And your YouTube is Inked Gains is the name of it, right? Is the channel name?
Yeah, Ink Gains.
Ink Gains for obvious reasons. You fucking covered and Ink. Yeah. But see, stuff like that to me is interesting because being a guy that uses heavy weight, it's very hard to you need the weight. There's no way around it. But you're finding a way to get it done, like I said, and you look fucking lean, which means that you're not fucking up. You're not eating fucking potato chips on your ass. Right. You're doing stuff to at least, you're trying to keep your body fucking moving a little bit where it's going. So, and you're also an online and in-person coach. Obviously today, in-person's not possible because gyms are
not possible.
So you can do stuff that you would say would be online coaching, but it would be more for guys like yourself that are into the big moves. right? So why don't you give us a little explanation about that, Dustin?
So basically, I specialize in basically the big three lifts: the bench, the squat, and the deadlift. So my specialty is putting muscle on people. I mean, not saying I can't burn fat either, but my heart is in taking someone who's maybe about 220 to get them to about 260 lean of muscle. So that's really my favorite thing to do. And I got a guy right now he sat at 218, pretty tall, lean guy, and he's up to about 245. And it's just, that's what I like to do. So, and the thing is, I specialize in the dark side of bodybuilding, if you would. So I'm all for talking about steroids and things, and I'm about giving advice. I'm not a medical doctor, so I don't condone it, but I'm all ears, and so even potential clients, I want to ask questions. I want to help people and get them to where they're not, taking trend for 6 months and then realizing what's wrong with themselves. So I also want to help educate people on how to do things the right way.
Yeah. No, there's definitely a lot of learning that needs to be done out there. I mean, especially with the younger kids. Yeah. They think more is better, and obviously it's really not.
No, man. Joe, the most I've ever taken and to get this size was 500 milligrams of test. That's the highest amount of any steroid I've ever taken. I usually do about 250 tests, 250 deca. So with me being my weight, if I can do it, someone at 220 can do it. So this 1 gram of test, 2 gram of test, man, it's just not good. And I don't know why people do it. And when I see it, I just turn my head like it's not good. It's not responsible.
It's not.
I maybe Mr. Olympia might be able to get away for a week or two, but even those guys, I doubt any of those guys are doing that to that level. So it's just being healthy, man.
And then you see some of these guys are stacking things that are kind of it's almost redundant at that point. You don't need 2 different types of tests, and then it's just. Stick with the basics.
To where I think why I can never do bodybuilding full time is, these guys are packing 20 meals a day. They're going to work with them. They have to inject their insulin somehow. Their HGH. It's too much, man. You turn into a guinea pig. And with the stuff I take, I feel like a guinea pig. So I can imagine I'm not that guy that walks around with a Tupperware all day long. That's just ridiculous. So I see these guys working out, and then 10 minutes later they're sitting there eating their meal, microwaving it in the gym. And I'm like, I can't live like that. I want to live normally. So I still like to drink alcohol. I'm a normal guy. So I try to do things with people. Hey, you can get big but still live a normal life. I still drink on the weekends. And so I don't know. I think this bodybuilding community has turned into just how much drugs you can take, and I just don't agree with it.
Yeah, especially with the insulin and the GH. I mean, we're going from it's apples and oranges from fucking regular gear, man. I mean, it's deadly shit.
Gear is one thing, and then but insulin, man, these people are dying. And I've never touched insulin in my life. With me, my size, never once touched insulin. You don't need it. You don't need that stuff. So
no,
but not condoning it, not saying that people are wrong for doing it. I just don't believe you need all that stuff.
And regular blood tests, I mean, I was one that used to laugh and blow it off. And then when I finally had to get a blood test for pre-surgical testing, the fucking doctor thought I had leukemia. My blood was so thick. And I had to kind of explain to him in a roundabout way, it's okay, I know why. And I went to a hematologist. I was wide open with him. I told him exactly what my protocol was. And he goes, no problem. Get off it. And we're going to drain you until we get you back to normal. And 3 months, I was cold turkey.
See, at least down here in any state that I've lived in and stuff, I'll get my blood pressure checked. Because my arm's so big, I need a leg cuff. So they'll put this little arm cuff on me, and I'll be at 200 and I'll be at 250 on my blood pressure. And I'm like, are you kidding me? You think it's really that high? And so they'll want to rush me to the ER. I'm like, guys, this is not true. Get a bigger cuff. And then it'll be, I'm not going to say that my blood pressure is great, but it'll be 140 over 90 instead of 250 over 200, So it's frustrating to go to the doctor, to find people that, for one, know what they're talking about, and 2, care to help you. A lot of these people look at steroids and they run the other way. So it's good that you had a doctor that actually cared enough to do that stuff for you. It's hard to find them nowadays.
Oh, it's really hard, yeah. So, but I figured,
and they're not educated.
Yeah, if I lie to him, then he's not going to be able to treat me the proper way. I wanted to fix the problem, obviously. And I knew what the problem was from. So, I wasn't going to fool myself anymore. And and I have no one to blame but myself. I didn't cycle off. I was doing more than TRT dosages.
Yeah, right.
And so it was my own doing. I stepped on my own pile.
Have you seen any long-term effects from using it in the past or anything? Or,
let me tell you something, bro. I've been on, I call it TRT plus, right? Mostly TRT kind of thing, but I've done the test DECA thing. Yeah. That's always my favorite cycle. Right. I do 2 shots of test a week, 2 shots of DECA a week. That was my favorite. Now I'm just down to one shot of test, and I'm staying at that because of the issues that I had 2 years ago. But I used to do that type of cycle, and then I would throw in a fucking Anadrol here or there, or a D-ball here or there. But for the most part, that's a nice cat. Yeah, for the most part, it was the test DECA. And I started doing it probably in about 2007 or 8. Now, so we're talking over a decade now. Other than the blood thick, the hemo, the red blood cell, my hemocrit was like 19. It was bad. I mean, that's a bad number.
Yeah.
And other than that, no fucking gyno, no sensitivity there. Other than the one I like, I like that. I like nothing bad. It's good stuff. I know, right? But never, no issues like that as far as stuff going bad on me, where heart or fucking
right.
And I'm already a high blood pressure person. I was already on BP pills before that, so. I mean, and I take the pill, and my blood pressure is where it's supposed to be.
And same for me, man. Like even with my size, I check my blood every 6 months, and other than my blood panels being off, nothing else is off. And because that's my biggest worry. If I ever feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack or get really sick, I'm gonna cut the weight. And so far, man, I've tried to stay as healthy as I can at my weight, and other than like I said, the blood panels being off, like the hemocrits and things like that.
Yeah,
I have no long-term effects. I've had my heart looked at; it's fine. So, and I think a lot of that's just lower dosing and not slamming fast food into you 24/7.
Yeah.
So so really, because I was one of those worried people. Like, man, I'm 320. Like, I see guys at 290 dying. I'm over their weight. And other than genetics, man, I think it's just how you treat your body. And I'm not saying 320 is healthy, but I try to do it in a careful way.
Yeah. And obviously, a lot of times we don't know what these guys are doing. They be blowing coke up their nose the same day they're fucking shooting Trent. So a lot of it's drugs, but also other drugs involved. We always justify using gear, though, right? No matter what it is, a guy that uses juice will find a justification for it. Nah, it's good for you. It's bad. If you don't take it when you're older, like me, you can get things worse. My wife laughs at me, and I say I'm taking it because I want to take it. I'm not gonna fucking fool anyone. It's good. I like it. I like waking up with a heart on. I want to remember I have a cock. I'm 52. If I didn't take it,
I'm the same way, man.
Trust me, bro. When I was off, I noticed. It was a big difference.
When I was younger, when I was 21 doing this, I didn't know anything I was talking about, and I went cold turkey. At 21 years old, couldn't get hard. So I just injected it and went back up. And honestly, man, I haven't cycled off since I've just been low dose of testosterone cruising whenever I do a cruise. So we're going on almost 10 years now of
how old are you now, Dustin?
Straight? Yes. 30.
You're 30. Okay. So you're still young. So but if you're doing it smart, then you could wean it a little bit as you get older, where you don't have to go TRT. You can't go off. That's why you have to keep the dosages where it's supposed to be.
Mine's crushed. One thing is I eventually want to get my girlfriend pregnant at some point, and I know I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to take a hiatus.
It's done. There's no chance, man. Birth control. You want some real birth control? Take steroids. You're good.
Yeah, it's true. I'm done with that though. We had our kids. Right. They're both adults, so we have no worries in that.
That's the only recommendation. Only recommendation for any guy who wants to take steroids, make sure your girlfriend's pregnant first before you do it, if you're trying to.
Yeah, because, for obvious reasons, you need to, more than just the fertility part, you want to make sure everything's healthy and, and stuff like that. Yeah. So you don't want to mess around with fucking hormones when you're trying to have a baby. But, yeah, it is definitely, it's something that us guys, once we do it, it's something that you kind of get not hooked on, but it's more of a psychological thing, and you feel it.
Yeah, it's I'm not addicted. I could jump off of it. I haven't took my shot in about 5 days, and I'm not itching for it, but I know I need to keep my health going. So it's a psychological drug, not a codependent drug. And I think people mistaken that. They think if you get addicted, you can't.
No.
You can get addicted by your ego, but you can't get addicted by the actual drug.
Yeah, it's not physically addictive. It's mentally addictive.
No.
And when I was off for the 3 months, I was still eating pretty good. I was going to the gym. Now, obviously, when I had the surgery, I had I had spinal fusion, so I couldn't work out for a while. So that was, kind of different. But when I was just waiting to get the surgery and I was off cold turkey, it may have been leaving because I had to wait like a good month before they would even give me another pre-surgical testing blood test to see if it was back, where they would, pass me and I was able to book the surgery. So I had to come off for a while before I could even book it. So it was I think the second time I came, it was like, because I had 2 surgeries. The second one was the main one. And it was a good maybe like 5 months, I think, even that I was completely off between pre and then post surgery. And once I got back to the gym, I was, working out I stayed light for obvious reasons. I didn't want to fuck the back up, but I didn't feel like, I can't do this anymore. The hard on thing was the difference. That was noticeable, and the sex drive. But as far as I did my cardio, I did my weights, I ate good. I didn't really lose everything because I was off of shit for
No. Yeah. You get a little soft, but like, whenever I go cold turkey, I probably will drop 10 pounds maybe. Yeah. But all my weight stays. So it's for people that go on and off their weight is because they didn't do it long enough. They didn't do it. You should be keeping most of your muscle. I don't care who you are. So I think that's a sign. You'll see those guys at the gym. They go from small to big and then small again because they're not doing it right.
They're not doing it right. No.
I told myself, it's a waste of time. Why are you even doing it then?
Yeah. You're hamster wheeling.
Yeah, you're wasting time. So I told myself I would never do that. So.
Yeah, and also you got to build it. And Greg Valentino always says this, and he's totally fucking right. Yeah. You got to build a solid base before you even start playing with shit. So if you're already working out for X amount of years, you got a nice little build on you. I mean, I dabbled with juice when I was like 19. Just because back then in the 80s, everybody was fucking using it. And I mean, it was everywhere. You fucking stepped over the bottles in the fucking locker room at the gym. So I was, toying with it back then. And then I took a 20-year break and went back on when I got older. But I already had like a good 3 years under my belt. So did you feel
better the first time you went on or 20 years later?
Say again?
Did you feel better 20 years later taking it or the first time around?
It was kind of hard to gauge because I only did one cycle, so it's hard to say. It was immediate results, physically and visually and strength and all of that stuff like that, and it gave me a nice fucking build because I was like a skinny kid growing up, right? So when I first started working out when I was like 14. I started to get like, cut and stuff like that, but I was still, a fucking string bean. Once I got on, I started putting nice lean muscle on because I already had like a little base going. And then going off really didn't make a difference because I was working out the whole time. I just wasn't on anything. Right. And then I put on weight, just normally as I got older. And then when I got back on when I was 40, I was still working out and eating good. I always had a good, I tried to eat pretty good for most of the time. Weekends, we have a good time, but during the week I eat well. But I definitely noticed it quicker when I did it the first time. Now, I don't know, because it was, we used to get it from a pharmacy in Brooklyn. The guy used to sell it under the table.
You're getting good stuff, It's a lot harder to get good stuff.
There was no gray market. Yeah. This was fucking Upjohn or whatever,
I wish it was still like that. I'm jealous.
It is in certain places. I'll talk to you up here. I still got some friends. But it definitely. I definitely noticed it quicker then. But I think I felt better now, older, doing it because I went so long without it, and I knew how it was going to feel, and I did feel like, all right, and I'm reading about the TRT, and I'm like, okay, I think this kind of fits my description here. I'm old enough. I'm 40. And that's when I started to fuck around with it. So, you know, it's I think the gap in between, I don't even like really count that first one. So I really didn't start using per se until I was older and stuff like that. But you got to just, you know, you got to be careful. A lot of these guys are young and they start it. And like you said, they're blasting. And they blast and cruise. They don't even fucking cycle. That's bad, bro.
Oh, they want... All they're doing is, you know, I ran into some kids at the gym, and they're like, "Oh, I've been on trend for 6 months." I'm like,
"That's worse shit."
How are you not dead? So,
and they fucking
and they're reading this. They're going on YouTube and looking at their favorite bodybuilder. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do that. No, these guys are professionals. They know what they're talking about. You don't. Yeah. Don't do what they're doing.
Tren and Anadrol. Now, Anadrol is obviously it works. Let's not fucking not bullshit anybody. Yeah. But what it does to your fucking liver. You know, and I can tell you that from the cycle when I was a teenager. I took a fucking a piss test for a job, and my liver enzymes were like fucking what the fuck?
Yeah, they call those A bombs, and like I feel them, man. Like they make you want to sleep.
But they work.
They work. I was worried about liver enzymes, so I bought the injectable kind because they make that now. Dude, that still makes you tired and sleepy. I can't take that stuff. It makes me big and strong, but it makes you want to sleep. All I do is want to lay around and sleep in the morning.
Yeah, orals they got to be bypassed through the liver. So especially
they're worse than alcohol.
Yeah. I'd rather drink than taking fucking D-balls. I'm not getting drunk.
You can drink all week and be fine. Yeah. And some of these guys get drunk on D-ball and then get drunk. The livers are really fun.
Yeah, the livers. Well, that's what I was doing. When I was 19, I was doing a lot of that. I can't lie.
Yeah. Well, 19 and resilient.
I was going to the disco.
And I can't even, and I know I'm not old, but, you know, getting drunk now, I feel like garbage the next day. I can only imagine taking Anadrol and alcohol. Oh.
Yeah. The amount that I drink now compared to what I did back then is like a joke. Yeah. So I don't even really feel a hangover. I don't have enough in me to fucking... to justify that excuse in the morning. I'm just lazy if I don't feel like getting up. But
I know
that. Your social media is at Dustin.Willmann. Now it's WILLMANN, 2 L's, 2 N's.
Yep, that's German. Yep,
we can reach you for your coaching online, and then when we get back to normal in person is Dustin.Willmann at yahoo.com, right?
That's correct.
Yep. So check out his Ink Gains YouTube channel. He's Dustin.Willmann on Facebook and on Instagram. And bro, stay safe during this this over fucking reaction of a pandemic that everybody's doing. And we'll talk to you soon, man. And hopefully see you in person at the Olympia, if there is one.
Hey, and if not, I'll come up to New York and.
Sounds good.
All right, bro.
Hopefully we won't have to still be 6 feet apart, or else we'll get fucking fine.
No, I'll start touching you.
Yeah. Be good, man. Dustin William, thank you for joining us on MSTV. Man. Take care.
Thanks, man.
Shut up and sit down.
Time for a little light workout outside. With no whisk, get the workout done at home. Have a great one.
was all in good fun. Pop goes